Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur nächsten Folge King's Quest 2. Ich wollte King's Cross sagen, ja. King's Quest 2 Romancing the Stones. Wir haben die Nachtigall, genau. Und bevor ich zur Antiqui Antiquariats Dame gehe, schaue ich jetzt nochmal, ob sich hier was getan hat.
The door appears.
Nope. Okay. Dann zurück zur Stadt. Aber ich bin schon ein bisschen müde. Es ist schon relativ spät. Naja, nicht wirklich spät, aber es ist abends nach einem Arbeitstag. Aber trotzdem hatte ich noch Lust zu spielen und möchte auch für Weihnachten ein bisschen vorbereiten. Und hier ist deine Nachtigall.
You offer the nightingale to Angelina. The sheer elation on her face almost makes the whole risk worth the while. She snatches it from you and proceeds to fuss over the bird. You wait for a moment, but it seems she no longer notices you.
If you don't mind, about the lamp you promised me in trade for the nightingale?
The shopkeeper looks up at you vaguely. She gradually remembers that there is another being in her world.
Yes? Oh, yes, take it. You'll have no beginning of use with it.
Don't you mean no end of use?
Of course. Whatever you say, dear.
You hear Angelina muttering cheerfully to herself as she exits.
Finally, I have the final ingredient for that marvelous youth potion. I'm going to beat you to the punch, my dear Agatha. Serves you right for hoarding this sweet, juicy thing to yourself.
You feel a nauseous tinge in your stomach. Well, at least the lamp is now yours.
Oh, okay. Also wollte sie die Nachtigall nur, um auch ein Zauber irgendwie oder irgendeinen Trank herzustellen, der sie wieder zu ihrer Blüte bringt? Oder wie sagt
You
man?
take the old lamp.
Okay, ich hoffe, dass da auch was mit passiert.
You rub the lamp and wait expectantly, but nothing happens. You're about to give it another try when a small puff of smoke appears at the end of the spout. It clears, revealing a note. As you remove it, the lamp disappears. You read the scroll.
To the unlucky fool who bought this lamp, as you may have gathered, this lamp no longer contains a fabulous genie as my former master, praise him and his greatness, has released me with his final wish. However, as a consolation, please be advised of the following. The shopkeeper is not to be trusted. She dabbles in the black arts and keeps rather distasteful company. May these words reveal what lies beneath, and may your findings lead you to a higher position in life. So hard like a stone and white like the snow, stand silent the man who guards what's below. May you forever know the beauty of freedom. Signed, Nibor Simaville, Genie. Aha. So hard like a stone and white like the snow, stands silent the man who guards what's below. Okay. Kann ich hier denn noch irgendwas mitnehmen?
You couldn't placing You don't need it. There are you heard Angelina lock the
Okay.
when you if you thought place if you thought tis a tad
Okay.
there's
Ich glaube, ich kann nichts mehr tun. Ja, super. Kein Genie, aber weise Worte. Ich meine, du hier bist eine Statue aus Stein, aber du bist nicht weiß.
the statue is unmovable. As refreshing,
Er ist nicht weiß.
don't throw nothing.
Okay, kann ich mit dir nochmal sprechen?
You consider
Nein. Du sagst nur Mama.
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you.
Nope.
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Ja, ich glaube, den interessiert hier nichts mehr.
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Nope. Das vielleicht noch?
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Nein. Okay, kann ich jetzt hier nach rechts oder nach links?
there's not a
Okay. Da hinten komme ich wahrscheinlich auch nicht hin. Wo haben wir was aus Stein gesehen und was Weißes? Also ich weiß halt nicht, was weiß sein soll.
the librarian seems
Ah. Kann ich dir die Kette schenken?
the librarian
Nein.
the librarian
Was mache ich mit dieser goldenen Scheibe?
the librarian
Nein. Och, komm schon.
Will you accept that?
No,
Why not?
it has. What?
I was just...
Don't.
Ja, okay, hier kommen wir also auch noch nicht weiter. Etwas, das weiß ist, hart wie Stein.
repressing the urge to burst into song. The farmers are there's not a
Ja, und hier drin war ja auch nichts irgendwie von Interesse. Nichts, was hart wie Stein ist und weiß wie Schnee. Der hier? Vielleicht doch?
Upon closer examination, you discover that the statue hides a small latch. You flip the latch and watch in amazement as a trap door opens up from the floor.
Aha. Okay, sollte ich vielleicht speichern? Trapdoor.
If you wish to close the trap door, you should flip the latch.
Nein, ich will da rein. Ja, rein? Hallo? Junge? Gehst du? Ja.
You close the trap door behind you.
Aha, was haben wir hier?
You read the letter sitting on the desk.
Angelina, once again I put to you an invitation to join our illustrious community. Unsurprisingly, you have heard of its reputation through other channels. I personally encourage you to give it serious thought. We are not only interested in a new membership from the mages of this world. This invitation goes out to all who believe that when the appointed time comes, only the faithful will be rewarded. The rest of these poor, unenlightened fools will perish. All that is asked in return is complete allegiance to the Father. He has guided us from the beginning, and his power is far older than most. I know you are hesitant due to concerns regarding the dress code. Let me assure you that black would look simply charming on you, dear. My gratitude goes out to you for your flattering assertion that I would make a fine ruler of Kolyma. What a shame that the former ruler has lost all interest in his homeland. I cannot blame him, however. The change struck him quite hard. To answer your earlier question, yes, I have acquired a nightingale. They are most uncommon in this region, and yes, I am quite sure that it is the final ingredient required to complete my youth potion. As much as I would like to share it with you, I am afraid that a single nightingale will provide only enough solution for one person. In any event, I shall of course pay you a visit the moment the youth potion takes effect. H. Wie Hagatha. Okay. Also man muss schwarz tragen, wenn man in ihrer Gruppe dabei sein will, in ihrer Sekte oder religiösen Gruppe.
Carrying around junk is a pastime. You much prefer the lightness of your own sword. Besides, this one is only an antique, and thus is probably not suitable for combat.
Okay, was haben wir hier? Ein Teppich.
As you pick up the carpet, you notice a small label which reads, Property of Al Din. There might be a faded letter or two in there, but you cannot be sure.
Aladdin vielleicht?
Above you, from the back room, you discern Angelina's voice.
I did it! I did it! The youth potion is finally finished. All I need to do now is drink it.
Angelina, show yourself, you scurvy wench.
Agatha? My dear! What an unexpected surprise!
Don't you play the fool with me. I know you stole it.
Stole? Really, I do not know.
Silence. For your lies and deceit, there can be only one consequence.
No, please. I can explain.
I said silence. Oh, and one more thing. Your invitation to join us is revoked. What is this? Ah, the youth potion at last. Oh no. Drat! Now what was that spell for removing floorboards? Curses. I shall have to go back and look it up.
Aha. Jetzt ist der Trank hier unten.
You fish around in the pile of down and successfully retrieve the youth potion.
Okay, was wird das hier?
The room. You have neither the time nor the... You'd better not move any...
Okay, ich glaube, wir haben alles. Kann ich hier so ganz normal wieder raus?
Cautiously, you open the trapdoor ever so slightly and peer into the room above. Agatha is nowhere to be seen. You make your exit from the basement.
Okay.
You have no desire to go back there.
Okay, dann gehen wir schnell hier raus.
You close the trapdoor again.
Okay, ja, das ist wahrscheinlich gut. Gute Sache. So, kann ich den verkaufen?
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you.
Nein. Was ist mit dem hier?
Good merchant.
Nein.
Thanking you.
Okay, kann ich den benutzen?
The carpet is woven of the finest fabric. The vial has a cork at one end to keep the contents from spilling. You decide not to remove it at this time.
Okay. Kann ich den anwenden bei der Dame aus der Bücherei? Vielleicht hat die da dran Interesse.
The library.
Die ist aber auch nicht zufriedenzustellen, die Dame.
The librarian.
Okay, Was machen wir mit einem fliegenden... Also ich denke mal, dass er fliegt.
The baby pumpkin wants...
Was machen wir damit?
The baby...
Mit dem Youth Potion. Ha. Ich wüsste echt nicht, was ich
Keep it.
damit machen kann.
This would not be the best place to use...
Okay, hier sollte ich den nicht benutzen. Dann gehen wir mal wieder aus der Stadt raus. Vielleicht können wir ihn da benutzen. Ja, komm, komm. Kann ich den jetzt nutzen?
In your keenness to locate the second gem, you nearly forgot about the birth gem, which is still at Hagatha's cave. You had best retrieve it before continuing your quest, lest it fall into the wrong hands.
Ja, richtig, genau. Daran hatte ich nämlich auch noch mal gedacht, dass der ja noch bei ihr ist. Ist ein bisschen leichtsinnig, den einfach da zu lassen. Ist ja nicht so, dass Hagatha das bemerkt, dass da jetzt irgendwie plötzlich die blauen Steine auf ihre Fledermaus an der Höhle zeigen. So. Ich hoffe, wir müssen dann nicht nochmal den ganzen Weg irgendwie zurückgehen. Ich wünschte, man könnte doppelt klicken und dann wird einfach der nächste Screen erscheinen. Aber gut, so ein Spaziergang ist ja auch ganz nett. So, dann sind wir doch gleich da. Wann gehe ich da oben rum? Ich glaube, das ist schneller. Ja, schnell,
You
schnell.
have run into an
Ja. Der kriegt mich aber nicht. Der ist viel zu lahm. Gut, dann nimm mal bitte hier den
You cannot
Stein.
remove the birth gem while the blue light is streaming from it. If you want to dislodge it, you'll have to use force.
Okay. Dann damit vielleicht?
That has...
Nein. Dann damit.
This guy was decapitated.
Nein. Dann damit. Ja.
You strike the skull with all your strength, and it shatters easily. The birth gem clatters to the ground, along with a multitude of bone fragments.
Okay. Dann nehmen wir den wieder.
You reacquire...
Kann ich auch noch was von den...
You have no desire to carry
Nein.
around...
Okay, dann halt nicht. So, dann würde ich sagen, wir speichern nochmal. Sage ich halt hier nochmal at cave. Und dann...
There's not enough room to use the carpet here.
Junge, wieso nicht? Gut, dann gehen wir zum Strand. Das ist, glaube ich, auch ziemlich cool, wenn wir da abheben. Ist hier denn genug Platz?
There's not...
Gosh, why? Hier ist doch massig Platz, bitte.
You cannot use...
Was, muss ich jetzt ernsthaft da wieder zurückgehen? Was ist denn hier? Ah, gucke mal. Na
You
dann.
unroll the magic carpet, lay it on the ground, and sit on it. The carpet begins to rise skyward. As you ascend higher, you realize that the carpet is beyond your control. It glides through the air on a seemingly predetermined course.
Okay, cool. Dann erkunden wir das hier mal. Oh oh. Eine Schlange. glaube, ich habe nichts, was für Schlangen interessant sein könnte.
A snake blocks your path to the east. It appears to be about 10 feet long and is coiled up, ready to strike.
Gut, dann werde ich erstmal weiter nach oben gehen, wenn das geht. Na,
You have just discovered the gravity of your situation.
okay, dann halt nicht. Ich dachte, da geht's noch weiter.
As you
Okay, ich weiß halt nicht, ob wir irgendwas haben. Oder vielleicht hätten wir irgendwas unten besorgen müssen quasi. Kann ich das auf dich werfen?
The snake does not.
Nein. Möchtest du eine Zitrone?
The snake.
Nein. Kann ich das auf dich werfen? Huch. Das geht.
You dangle the shimmering opal in front of the snake. It soon falls hypnotized in typical snake fashion.
Okay, kann ich jetzt vorbei? Cool. Nice. Okay, was ist hier?
It's too dark. You can't see down there.
Will ich da reingreifen? Ich weiß ja nicht.
You reach into the cavity and feel around. What is this? You've discovered a button hidden inside the rock. You press it and wait to see what happens next.
Oh.
In an instant, a man stands beside you. He appears to be somewhat of an adventurer, much like yourself.
Greetings. I am King Graham of Daventry.
The newcomer nods in greeting. Without a word, he respectfully appraises you. You notice about him the manner of one who has only recently learnt the meaning of heroism.
From where do you hail, good sir?
The man opens his mouth to answer, but then pauses to consider that question. Evidently deciding that irrelevant exposition would serve neither party, he casually gestures to the hole in the rock behind you.
Might I inquire something of your identity?
After a brief search of his own person, the man pulls out a scroll card and hands it to you. You unroll it, and it reads, "Having fulfilled the requirements in accordance with the statutes of the famous Adventurers Correspondence School, the bearer is a qualified would-be hero." The man also shows you a medallion. Upon it are the words, "Hero of Spielberg." You reverently return the scroll to the man.
You don't say much, do you?
With a sigh of resignation, the man shakes his head silently.
Surely you might speak to me of your adventures.
The man becomes quite enthused about the prospect of relating his most recent adventure to you. Just as he is about to speak, however, you notice something on the ground that the man must have dropped. You retrieve the paper. It appears to be a scroll. Upon it is some writing. Disclaimer, you have just witnessed a rather shameless plug for the remake of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire by the entities of AGD Interactive. Available now. As you read the writing, the words are ingrained in your mind. The scroll disappears.
Okay, also ist es quasi nur Werbung für ein anderes Spiel.
There's nothing under the log.
Okay, ist ja irgendwie ganz witzig. Ich möchte nochmal speichern. Und dann gehen wir nochmal hier weiter. Also ich habe die anderen Spiele von AGD hier, in AGD Interactive, nie gespielt. Deswegen keine Ahnung, wer der gute Herr war. Voll schön. Wo sind wir hier? Ich tapsche immer gleich alles an.
Enchanter Staffs are very powerful objects. You dare not touch this one, for fear of the consequences you may bring upon yourself.
Das ist vielleicht schlau.
The scroll is nailed to the wall. You have better things to do than... You flip through the book entitled Ye Old Book of Enchantments, Causes, and Cures. The first half contains a list of enchantments. These do not interest you, as you have no desire to inflict inconvenience upon others. However, the Cures section does capture your curiosity. While browsing, you spy a promising paragraph.
While casting enchantments upon others may provide you with many daily hours of fun, do not ignore the danger that a miscast spell may have upon your own person. For this reason, you should prepare a simple item with which you can protect yourself against the effects of an enchantment, as well as providing a means for reversing said spell should it be deemed necessary. Only the power of the emerald can properly dispel an enchantment, and thus the steps to create one are as follows. Firstly, heat a blue mineral and yellow vegetable. A plant is an acceptable alternative together until they coagulate into a greenish liquid. Stir the mixture with a white feather. Drop into this a perfectly clear crystal and recite. Heed now these words, crystal perfect. Green is thy hue, restore, correct. Guard well my form, preserve, protect. You will now have the means to safeguard yourself should your enchantments ever get out of hand. To restore that which is under the effect of an enchantment, simply allow a strong light to pass through your emerald at the subject. Then behold the restoration. Okay, wir haben ja Blue Mineral. Ich weiß nicht, ob unser Birth Gem da reinpasst. Und wir haben die gelbe Blume. Das klingt doch eigentlich schon mal gut. Kann ich die halt schon irgendwie zusammen nutzen?
Nothing.
Ja, Frage ist, wo wir das machen können.
The cave is adorned with the most beautiful coverings you have ever seen. The material sparkles in the light from outside the cave. There's almost something unreal about this brilliant decor. Some incredibly valuable furniture has been placed here. You wonder how it is protected against the elements, as there are no obvious means of sealing the cave. You notice that some writing has been...
Okay, das gucken wir uns an.
You read the inscription.
In row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell them, my spell, avoid the tricks. Okay, 6 Steine.
The engraving on the wall reads, In row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks.
Okay, irgendwo hat das was mit Stein.
A collection of books are stacked side by side on a nearby shelf. Most of the titles are written in a mysterious language that you don't understand, so you suspect that they are about magic.
Okay.
You never did pay much attention during magic classes at Daventry High School. As a result, nothing in these books will help you. You have better things to... The scroll.
Das ist dasselbe, oder?
A neatly displayed scroll hangs on the wall. However, its archaic symbols and wording will forever remain a mystery to you. The cave is adorned...
Ach so.
You
Okay.
You run your...
Gut.
You have
Ich
better...
glaube...
Don't bob.
Ach so, da kann ich vielleicht noch was machen.
You approach the workbench for a closer look.
Ah, okay. Kann ich jetzt hier?
There's no... Throwing that away. Throwing that away.
Okay, vielleicht kann ich hier irgendwas machen. Ah, ich würde es gern jetzt noch machen.
You
Ah,
toss the sickly yellow flower into the beaker.
okay.
There's no reason for
Nein.
you... There's
Nein,
no...
wirklich nicht? Okay. Kann ich das dann nehmen? Nein.
There's no
Okay, vielleicht brauche ich dann doch noch was anderes.
there's
Das Einzige, was ich mir noch vorstellen könnte, das hier.
there's no
Okay. Ah, vielleicht dann die hier.
You
Ah,
toss the earrings into the beaker. When lit, this device heats the beaker and any contents that it contains. A wick leads into the base, which is made of flint stone. These elaborate candlesticks are quite expensive looking. The ancient book bears the top.
okay, kann ich... Ich habe ja nichts irgendwie, um das Ganze zu befeuern.
Nothing. Nothing. You can
Ja... Das kann ich ja nicht hier nutzen, oder?
nothing. Throwing
Nein.
that away.
Nein, nein, nein. Ja, das andere Zeug ist irgendwie nicht so sinnvoll.
Nothing. You can
Ich brauche ja eigentlich nur irgendwas, womit ich das
Nothing.
hier,
It is said that a fool
dass ich das irgendwie anmachen kann.
there's nothing. You can't
Okay, gut, dann würde ich sagen, wir machen hier einen Cut und dann beim nächsten Mal werden wir unseren Emerald, wie heißt es auf Deutsch? Smaragd, ne? Unseren Smaragd herstellen. Und dann schauen wir mal, was wir damit anfangen können. Also bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.